Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Sidney High School tonight on our KMA Extreme. I am Derek Martin. It is a state-rated corner conference volleyball matchup between the 1A number 6 rated East Mills Wolverines and the 1A number 11 Sidney Cowgirls. Coming in tonight, East Mills is 13-2. They are 3-0 in the corner conference, while Sidney is 7-3 overall and 2-0 in the corner conference. However, these two teams did recently see one another this past Saturday, and they played at the Shenandoah tournament. It was Sidney getting a 2-0 victory on their way to the Shenandoah Volleyball Tournament Championship. And trying to pull up the scores, it was 21-13, 21-11. Pretty dominant stuff there from Sidney. East Mills, though, taking a look at last year, also lost in that Shenandoah tournament to Sidney, but then turned right back around 3 days later, which this is 3 days later, and won in 4 sets. They also won an October 15th matchup in 4 sets, so it's not out of the question that East Mills would do the same thing here tonight. Now, these two teams have gone back and forth for many years over the last several. Sidney has pretty well owned almost anybody they played in the corner conference, but East Mills is a squad that has got them a couple of different times and ended their seasons the last couple of years, a 5-setter in 2023, a 4-setter last year, which we alluded to in 2024, and they put together some fantastic matchups. I figure we've got another one headed our way tonight here in Sidney. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We're excited to bring you high school volleyball tonight on our KMA Extreme with East Mills and Sidney matching up for what is the 43rd time since 2007. That being, of course, the Bound era. Let's go ahead and take a look at look at these rosters. Maybe the first rotation, some other notable players. We'll start on the East Mills side of things. Number 6 rated team in Class 1A. Those rankings will be updated tomorrow. Certainly this past Saturday's game and tonight's matchup will reflect those rankings. But for now, at 13-2 overall and 3-0 in the corner conference, East Mills will have Loicy Palmer, their senior superstar, which has been a huge piece for them for many, many years. An all-around 6-rotation player, averaging 3.2 kills per set, hitting on the outside. Venice Sayers, the setter, returning, one of the setters for East Mills in her senior year, 4.7 assists per set. Also, Brooke Jones, a middle hitter, 5'7" senior, averaging 2.4 kills per set, having a breakout season. Caitlin Krause, a 5'9" sophomore out of the right side, just about 1 kill per set. Ava Grendel hitting in the middle now, 5 foot 10 inches, sophomore. Actually, that's no change. She's always hit out of the middle as a freshman as well, 1.3 kills per set. Ellie Hagan is the change, going from libero to the outside, a 5'6" sophomore that has put together a really strong season herself. And then Ruby Hasty, a 5'4" senior at the libero position. As for Sidney, 7-3 overall, 2-0 in the corner conference. They have Camden Hayes, one of their 5'2" senior defensive specialists, also one of their top servers. Kiana Haggerty, 5'7" sophomore middle with springs in her feet. Myler Maher, 5'10" junior, hits out of the middle, hits on the right side a little bit. Addison Foster, one of the most prolific setters in this area, in this state. She's just a junior, 5'3" tall. Alyssa Melvin, 5'6" senior, hits out of the outside. Ashley Mosley, 5'6" senior on the right side. And then libero superstar, 5'4" senior and dual sport athlete Gabby Jacobs, also a member of the Shenandoah girls tennis team, a Hawkeye 10 conference champion last year. And tomorrow, Gabby will play in a 1A regional, I'm guessing, singles tournament with her hopes of trying to advance back to the state tournament. Again, it is Sidney and East Mills getting set for another classic battle here on our KMA Extreme.
Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood offers more than just the biggest and best pre-owned selection in the area. They also offer a community connection. Whether it's a high school sporting, academic, or arts event, or a Southwest Iowa fundraising effort, you'll find Barrett Auto Center trying to help. So the next time you're in the market for a vehicle, or even in the market for a vehicle service, know that when you choose Barrett Auto Center, your money goes right back to the causes you care about. That's Barrett Auto Center, Glenwood, and barrettautocenter.com.
Health of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Ready to to grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back in. Time for volleyball out of the Corner Conference. A couple of state-rated teams in Class 1A tonight. East Mills and Sidney, as mentioned, the 43rd time they have played since Bound began. Since 2007, Sidney has won 28 of those. East Mills has won 2 of the last 3 of the last 5, but you go back even further, and it is 6 of the last 9 for Sidney. Go back one more. 6-5, or excuse me, 6-4. 6-5 actually in 6-4, excuse me. 6-4 of the last 10. So it's pretty tight. And these two teams, they like to play 5-setters. They did it in October 2023, September 2022, also a little earlier in September 2022, September 2021. Lots of 5-set battles between these two teams. Lots of races to 15. That also involves like a tournament where they win 3 sets. They did that a couple of times a couple of years ago. Man, they have done this a lot. Those race to 15s never get old between these two, and they happen quite frequently. All right, we are moments away, as you can see. Sidney, East Mills, 2 of the top 11 teams in Class 1A. It'll be interesting to see kind of what those rankings look like tomorrow. A lot of ranked teams from this area, including Fremont Mills, also played in that tournament at Shenandoah over the weekend, too. East Mills beat them to get the 3rd place position. Venna Sayers, one of the setters here for East Mills, will serve. It is up, it is over, it is in. Here's a good pass from Hayes. Quick middle, Haggerty gets the kill. Yeah, you're going to see that a lot. Sidney has some dynamic middle hitters, and Kiana Haggerty, like I said, springs in the feet of the young sophomore. Haggerty with the kill, Foster with the assist, 1-0. And back to serve it is Addison Foster, over and in. Good pass, Hasty. Sayers across they go. Left side swinging Brooke Jones. Nicely dug up by Sidney. Quick transition. There's Alyssa Melvin. And a little tight for Sayers. She ran into the net. And it's 2-0 Sidney. A good start for the Cowgirls. Again, pretty well dominated the 2 sets they played over the weekend, although you only had to go to 21 at that tournament, so didn't have to get all the way up to that 25. Addison Foster back to serve it. Again, 2-0. Serve is up, it is over, it is in. Right at Hasty, puts it right on Sayers. She'll go behind her head, right side swing. Cross-court kill. Ellie Hagen does the honors. Hagen with the kill, Sayers with the assist, and it's 2-1. It all starts with that first pass, and these two teams have great back row players, great liberos. There's Melvin trying to set it up right side. Haggerty, a little bit wide, and we're tied at 2. So the first 2 for Sidney, next 2 for East Mills, 2 points each. And back to serve it, Ellie Hagen. Serves it up and over and in. Good pass just to get that one up. It was a really good serve. Tapped over, free ball opportunity, and running into one another. And the point goes to Sidney. Little miscommunication there. Trying to get to the second touch was Sayers and tried to go through Caitlin Krause. Krause also a dual sporter, member of the cross-country team for East Mills. Here's a serve for Haggerty. Up and over and in. High pass, Sayers goes behind the head again. And another kill. This one's Brooke Jones. And a second assist for Sayers. Here's a little substitution on the way for East Mills, utilizing pretty deep roster there is Coach Connie Viner. Back to serve is Brooke Jones after the kill. Palmer into the front row. Here's the serve. Big top spin for an ace. East Mills has their first lead on their first ace. Brooke Jones does the honors there, getting her 16th ace of the year. Another one with big top spin serve. Nice pass by Jacobs behind the head. Melvin right side into a block. Loicy Palmer was involved, but Ava Grindle got most of it, and East Mills gets their first block of the night. Ava Grindle all over it. Palmer was up there too, 5-3. Jones again. Another good serve. Pretty good pass. Foster, Melvin down the line. Scramble. They got it over. Chance though for Sidney. In the middle, here's Maher with her first touch, and it's in the net. East Mills. And it makes it 5-4. Just as you would expect, these two teams trading big haymakers early. In comes Addison Jimison to serve. 5'2" junior. One of the members that sang the national anthem. Just over the tape. It's down for an ace. Always tough to deal with those. A Sidney ace from Addison Jimison makes it 5-5. We've been tied at 2, 3, and 5. Another one here for Jimison. That's up and over and in. Palmer, good pass. Sayers under it. Goes across to Grindle, who wipes it off the block for the kill. Ava Grindle with her first kill. She also had that block. Third assist for Sayers. Here comes Bryn Williams in. And she will set this rotation, and she will serve this rotation. Also, look out for Sophia Moracle there in the front row. Bryn Williams ready to go. 6'5". East Mills, good serve. Sidney got it up, tapped it over. Williams with the first touch, so here comes Hasty. Left side, Palmer 10 feet off. Dug up nicely by Gabby Jacobs. Cross-court swinging Ashley Mosley. Now Williams, right side. There's Moracle. Tried to tip it away from the block. Sidney is scrambling a bit. Mosley always taking a swing. Tapped at the net. Popped up by Sidney. They got to go. Here's Mosley. Dug out nicely. Hasty. Now Williams. Transition. Palmer with a chance. Into a block. What a save by Hasty, though. And a free ball over by East Mills. Wow. Sidney back at it. Foster, middle. Maher. There's the save. Williams. Palmer left side again. Over the block and down. What a point. That's beautiful volleyball. 7-5, East Mills with the lead. Both sides scrambling all over the place. It's only the 12th point of the night. We're in for a show here. Here's the serve by Williams. Foster, middle. Maher, don't know if it got over. But if it did, it would be a block for Ava Grindle, and we'll give it to her. East Mills block, Ava Grindle, number 2. 8-5 the score. Williams ready to go. There's the whistle. Serve is over and in. Jacobs with a pass. Foster over her head. That's Jocelyn Tackett. Scrambling a little bit. East Mills swing from the back row. Ellie Hagan dug up nicely. Middle, Maher again. Trying to find it, but Hagan's all over the place. Williams, right side. Moracle down the line. Pushed up by Jacobs. Back to Foster. Now it's Mosley. Dug up again by Hasty. Tapped by Palmer. Scrambling Sidney. Mosley going to take a tough swing. Cross court in the net. East Mills just trying to transition into some offense. They run into the net. That stops. A little 3-0 run there for East Mills. And now Camden Hayes back to serve for the Cowgirls. Hayes with a serve up and over and in. High pass, Hasty. Here comes Williams beyond the 10-foot right side. Set up for Palmer. Tried powering it through. Sidney takes a swing. It's Maher, and it lands. Myler Maher saw the opportunity and took it. And she gets her first kill, and it's 8-7. Sidney under first-year head coach Hannah Volker. Of course, we mentioned East Mills coach Connie Viner. Not her first year. Oh, Hayes kind of just tripped a little bit when she was going up to jump and could not get a touch on there. And it's now 9-7. Sidney with their first service error for anybody. 9-7 the score. Loicy Palmer ready to serve. And a serve into the net. So she gives it right back, makes it 9-8. It's jersey night, and I see a Farragut Admiral football jersey over there, number 49. Love to see it. Here's a serve for Gabby Jacobs. Good up there by Hasty just to get it up. She will swing from there. Jacobs, Foster. Oh, here's Haggerty. Couldn't get it over the net. Still, when she goes up, it is fun to watch because she is some, I've said it about 8 times now, springs in her feet. Ruby Hasty back to serve. Libero for East Mills into the net. Makes it 10-9. East Mills with their second consecutive service error on a service chance. And here's Ashley Mosley. Serves up and over and in. Good pass. Hagan Williams. Across she goes to Jones. Power push down the line. Gets the kill. Brooke Jones gets her second kill. Makes it 11-9. East Mills with some trying to get some early distance between them and Sidney. You can't win a set early, but you can certainly lose one. No one's done that just yet. Sayers back in to serve. It's over and in. A little tight, but good save to Haggerty. Dug up by Hasty. Now Sayers across to Hagan from 10 feet off. Kind of rolls it over. Popped up Melvin. She's going to get it right back. Left side swing cross court. Hagan again. Now Sayers. Right side chance and into the net by Caitlin Kraus, and it's 11-10. So right back within one. Sidney, the biggest lead for either side, has been 3 at 8-5 for East Mills. They have not trailed since 3-2. And now here's the serve on the way for Foster. Hasty, Sayers pretty tight, cross to Jones, tried to put it off the block, sent back over East Mills. Good swing, Kraus tapped over Haggerty. There's Palmer. Now Sayers, back she goes. Hagan with a chance. Nicely dug up by, that was Mosley who got the dig there. Good swing by Melvin, back to Hagan, blocked. Sidney. It was Jocelyn Tackett, Kiana Haggerty. Haggerty giving her the flowers though. You can always tell who got the most of it, but when it comes to the statistics, you give it to both of them. The double block, and an ace for Sidney gives them their first lead since 3-2. Makes it 12-11. That's Addie Foster with the ace. Her first, the team's second. The block, Haggerty, Haggerty and Tackett. I'm marking in my stats there. 12-11. And now here's the serve from Foster, up and over and in. Nice pass, Hasty. Now Sayers, middle, swinging. It's a kill. Landing it in, Brooke Jones. We got some really good middles in this matchup tonight. Brooke Jones gets her second kill. 12-12, evening things back up. And into the net, gives it right back to Sidney. East Mills service error, their third service error of this first set. Haggerty back to serve it. She serves wide. We've got some service errors being exchanged here in this first set. That's the only thing you can really say has not been good so far. 13 apiece. Here's Brooke Jones. She had a good service run her last time. What a pass. Jacobs set up left side. Maher dug up by Jones. Over the head, Sayers trying to find Palmer, who rolls it over. Dug up nicely there by Mosley. Into the net on a Tackett swing. It might have been blocked by Palmer. We'll give it to her. And it's East Mills back out on top. Another East Mills block. Number 3. Palmer with her second. 14-13. Here's Jones again. What a serve. And a scramble now. It's going to be a point for East Mills, and it was all thanks to Brooke Jones's serve. 15-13. She had an early ace. Another serve on the way. Another good one, and there's another ace. And it's up to a 3-point lead. Second ace for Jones, second ace for East Mills, first time out for Sidney. Nutrien Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrien Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future. Some great volleyball here in the first set. Only thing Maybe some service errors here and there. Those happen, though, when you're being aggressive. I've decided to give Brooke Jones 3 aces now here in this first set. 16-13. Another state-rated team is here. Fremont Mills making their way into the premises. They also want to see some state-rated volleyball. 16-13, here's a serve for Jones. Took a little off of that one. Right side, Melvin through a block. Good job by Alyssa Melvin. Another one of the dual sporters for Sidney here in this fall season. All right, Alyssa Melvin with their first kill. Been a while for Foster in terms of, holy cow, that's only her second assist, I believe. Left side tap, got it over, and now right back to it with Mosley. She taps it. Sayers first touch, Palmer second. Right side down the line, Jones. Excuse me, not Jones. Kraus. Now dug out by Jones. Now Sayers, left side, Palmer cross court. More like down the middle, but left to right regardless, and gets the kill. Loicy Palmer with her second kill. Man, it's very rare you see Addison Foster go this deep in a set with just 2 assists, but that's what has happened so far. East Mills doing a good job of returning and maybe keeping Sidney out of system with their own, well, definitely with their serves. Good serve by Williams. In the middle, Maher gets a kill in the net, but it's an ace, or a kill either way. Makes it 17-15. Myler Maher gets her second kill. And now back to serve is Camden Hayes. Hayes serves it up and just over the net. Good up right there by East Mills. Here's Palmer from Williams. Hits it just deep. Ooh, that was pretty close. It definitely looked off the hands like it was going to be deep, but the spin almost looked like it stayed in. Here's Hayes with a serve. Right down the line, there's Hagan. Now Williams, she'll go across to Moracle. Dug out Hayes, middle, Maher trying to find the opening. Hagan was there. Quick transition. Palmer into a block. Now East Mills kind of scrambling. That's pretty tight. It's going to go into the net. And we're tied again at 17. We've been tied at 2, 3, 5, 11, 12, 13, and now 17. That makes 7 ties in the first set. Here's a serve for Hayes, up and over and in. High pass, jousting, battling at the net. Won by Maher, who reaches over and taps it down for her third kill. 18-17. And a 4-0 run here for Sidney out of that timeout. Back on top, but now it's going to be even at 18 apiece after another Sidney service error. Third service error of that first set, 18 apiece. Loicy Palmer with it, tied for the 8th time. And right side, Maher hits it wide. East Mills back on top, 19-18. Back and forth we go. It's going to be about serving in, especially here late. You don't want to give any more points away. Here's Palmer, a little jump serve on the way. Over pass. East Mills will take it. Over to Hagan with a push. Scrambling, now a little joust at the net, and that's going to be 2 touches, I think, on Hagan, yeah. And it's tied at 19. 9 ties in this first set. Who is surprised? Nobody. Back to serve is Gabby Jacobs. Jump serve on the way. Sent ahead. Here's a bump set. Williams left side, and Hagan couldn't quite handle it. Gives Sidney the lead back at 20-19. 1 point Cowgirls lead. They've won 6 in a row after a 1-3 start against some really strong competition. Just over the net. Overpass. Tap down and in by Ashley Mosley, and it's 21-19. And it it sends East Mills to a timeout. It was 17-14, and now it's 7 of the last 9 out of that
Northwest Missouri State University, you can follow your interests and discover new ones, no matter how different they may be. Explore over 200 programs and over 150 student organizations. At Northwest, you can be a scholar, an artist, an athlete, and a leader, all at the same time. Why be just one thing when you can be every you? Learn more at start.nwmissouri.edu.
Well, Sidney and East Mills will battle on the gridiron this Friday night. Right now, opening set of what could be 5 here tonight in volleyball. Sidney up 21-19, 7-2 run. East Mills takes their first time out, and now here is the serve for Gabby Jacobs. Over and in, high pass Hagen, going middle with a good chance there for Ava Grindle. Sidney's on it, left side over to Mosley. She got it in. Mosley with back-to-back kills. Foster just her 4th assist of the opening set, but it has them up by 3, their biggest lead of this set. Serve on the way, Jacobs again, just over and in. Palmer with a good pass. Williams sets, left side, Hagen swings. Good up there by Jimison. Back to Mosley, had the hot hand. And they're gonna call a lift there on Haggerty. Makes it 22-20 off the good block from an East Mills duo. Not sure exactly who was involved there, but 22-20 now. Back within 2. Here's Ruby Hasty with a serve just over the tape. Good up by Hayes. Backside Mosley. Taps away from the defense. Scrambling East Mills. Out of system. Right side. Chance off a block. And a kill for Sophia Morakol. Makes it 22-21. East Mills back within 1. This is just set 1. And Ruby Hasty just got it over the tape a moment ago. That time a little higher. Good up by Jimison. Left side, Haggerty. Huge swing. Dug by Palmer. Williams transitions to Hagen left side. Dug up by Hayes. Now Foster back to Mosley. She's got another kill. Ashley Mosley taking over late. 3rd kill for her. Points 21, 22, and 23 for the Cowgirls, and a 2-point Sidney lead. Here's Melvin back into the front row. Out goes Jimison. Back to serve as the hot hand Ashley Mosley. Over and in, Hasty. Williams across to Jones. Big swing and a kill. Brooke Jones with her 3rd kill. 4th kill of the set. Hooking up with Bryn Williams. And it's 23-22, and now Sayers back in and serving. Over and in. Jacobs, now Foster, middle, Haggerty, lands it in! That was a heck of a swing from Haggerty. Looked like she was going to try to waylay it. The last second, she turns it the other way and goes straight down the middle. She had the first point of the set. Now she has the 24th and 2 set points here with Addie Foster serving just over. Good pass by Palmer. Sayers over her head. Push down the line. In the net. Sidney. No, in the net. No, 2 touches called on East Mills. I didn't catch that one. But Sidney takes the set. 25-22. They're up 1-0.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there. Sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
Pharmacy is dedicated to providing you and your family quality medications, medical equipment, outstanding service, and individualized customer care. Rogers Pharmacy has a large selection of durable medical products, from walkers, hospital beds, electric scooters, crutches and braces, to lift chairs, diabetic supplies, and everything related to respiratory conditions. And they offer delivery of your medical equipment in a 50-mile radius of their Missouri locations, including service to parts of Iowa and Nebraska. Rogers Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joe, and Stanberry.
This is Sid with Schaff Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer Seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at ShopAg, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
Nine ties later, and Sidney finds their way to an opening set win. They were down 17-14, took a timeout, and surged 11 of the final 16 to win it. Ashley Mosley got hot. She had 3 kills late, points 21, 22, 23, and then Kiana Haggerty lands in point number 24. A 2-touch violation on East Mills.
Hello, I'm Amanda Mather, Director of the SMC Community Pharmacy. We want to make it easy for you to get your essential medications. In one visit, our patients can see their provider, have prescription medications in hand, and speak with a pharmacist all before walking out the door. From the comfort of your own home with our free delivery services to your vehicle with curbside pickup, we can help. To learn more about our hours or other services, simply visit www.smchospital.com or call us at 712-246-7100.
Welcome back in on a Tuesday night in KMA land. It is high school volleyball, state-rated volleyball, corner conference volleyball. Derek Martin with you here. Sidney takes the first set, 25-22. We're underway in set 2. Jones with a tap into a block, pushed over by Sayers. And now Jacobs, left side. Melvin into a block, and they're going to say 4 touches instead. And it's a 1-0 start for East Mills. I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I have seen the switch of sides since 2019. Now East Mills now hitting from right to left. Here's an overpass. Palmer couldn't quite land it down. Melvin with a chance. Palmer with a dig. Sayers, middle. Jones, dug up nicely by Foster. Now Jacobs with a second touch, sent over by Tackett. East Mills is kind of scrambling a little bit. Very high for Palmer. She takes a cut at it. Dug up Mosley. Back around they go to Melvin left side. Through a block for a kill. Tied at 1, Alyssa Melvin. Her second of the night. Foster had just 6 assists in the first set, but it was a winning formula. 1-1. This is Haggerty with a serve. And an ace for Kiana Haggerty. Puts Sidney right back on top with their third ace. Kiana Haggerty with her first. And now Kiana will serve far left this time. Right down the chute to Hasty. There's Sayers. Back set Jones. Finds the opening off of a touch. Tools it for a block, or for a kill, I should say. Her 5th. Nicely done. Vanessa Sayers up to 6 assists, 5 kills for Jones. 2-2. Jones, great serving in that first set and great serving all year. Good up by Melvin, going middle to Jocelyn Tackett. Don't see that too often. She gets the kill. Tackett just this is her first kill, actually. You go out of the middle usually with Sidney. You're seeing Haggerty flying up there, or Maher doing her thing. Good pass by Palmer. Sayers, left side, huge swing, and a kill for Ava Grindle, and we're tied at 3. Grindle with her second kill. Both of these teams, this is why they're state rated. They have so many different options. Right now, you're seeing that play out. Mosley with the big kills there late. 3-3. Here's the serve. Bryn Williams over and in. Jacobs gets it up to Foster. Bump set to Mosley at the hot hand late. Nicely dug up by Hagan. Going back row. Jones, why not? Oh, good job just to get it. Jimison. Back to Mosley out of system. A little bit wide. And East Mills back on top, 4-3. The score. Back to serve again. Bryn Williams up and over and in. Jimison with a pass. Middle, Maher. Williams digs it up. Scrambling a little bit is East Mills. They're going to send over a free ball. Jimison. Here's a chance for Maher. Tried to tap it away from the block. Defense was ready for it. Palmer gets it back. And sent right back over Jimison. Here comes Moracle. Landed it in. Sophia Moracle just painting the lines there and puts East Mills on top 5-3, her second kill. 5-3 the score. Williams serves. Jacobs pass. Now Foster over her head. Right side. Here's Tackett. Dug up nicely by Jones. Around Williams. Left side. Palmer trying to power it through. Tapped over Sidney. And it's down. Maher does the honors there and back within one. Nice smart play by Maher to just tap it over. Defense wasn't ready for it. It was first or second touch really because it was coming off of a block there or a touch at the net. And there's high efficiency in that kind of stuff. This is Camden Hayes with a good serve. Nice pass. Back set to Palmer. Wasn't quite ready for it. Went around the antenna, and now they're going to blow it dead. So it is a point for Sidney, and it's going to be tied back up at 5. Ties at 1, 2, 3, and 5 here in the early going. What else is new? These two teams had 9 ties in the first set. A lot of it, really, East Mills was ahead, and then the late surge from Sidney. Hayes with a serve. High pass still in the back row there by Grindle. Swinging about 12 feet off. Palmer nearly landed it in. Transitioning to Maher. Williams goes right back. Blocked at the net. Good job there by Grindle. Left side, Mosley through a block. Dug up by Jones. Now Williams transitions. Here's a tap by Palmer. Good save by Hayes. Back to the East Mills side. Williams, left side, Palmer. It's down. Loisy Palmer hasn't caught a heater just yet. 3 kills for her total. But you know, with her, it's only a matter of time. She gets so much out of that. It says 5'7" here. I don't know. Maybe. 6'5". Here's the serve. Jemison, little tight, and slammed down by Ava Grindle. Makes it 7-5. Grindle with her second kill of the set, 3rd overall, 7-5. East Mills back on top by 2. Actually equals their biggest lead of the set, and another one. Loisy Palmer. East Mills ace, number 4. It's the first non-Brooke Jones ace. And now a 3-0 run here for the Wolverines. 8-5. The serve is over and in. High pass, tight, over and down. Addison Foster wins a joust there in the middle. Good job by Addison Foster, setter, finding a way to make that one work. 8-6. Jacob serves it over and in. This is East Mills right side. This is Grindle down the line. Good save. Sidney scrambling. East Mills overpass. Tap by Haggerty. What a save there by Grindle. Now Hagen sends it over. Right side opportunity. Foster had a kill a moment ago. In for another one. East Mills back to Hagen. Tapped over the block. There's Hayes. Middle. Haggerty. It's down for a kill. Kiana Haggerty up to 3 kills. That was mass hysteria, but then once you saw ball kind of getting into the soft hands of Foster, quick middle setup for Haggerty. Here's a middle chance for Grindle, and in for a kill. Back up to a 2-point lead. East Mills says we have some middles too. Grindle with 4 kills, 3 in this set. Ruby Hasty to serve it up and over and in. Good pass, Hayes. Maybe a little tight. Haggerty, little mistimed. Now Williams. Back to Hagen they go. Jemison digs it up. Under it, Foster. Left side, Mosley. Blocked back over by East Mills. Try it again. Nope, set her dump. Push back over. They're going to call that a lift on Jones. And it's 9-8. You can do a lot of things now in volleyball with an 0-2 touch violation, but not that one. Mosley back to serve. Serve is just over. It's an ace. Ashley Mosley ties it back up. Sidney ace number 4 on the night. And for Mosley, her first. And a big swing coming from Brooke Jones. I mean, it was impressive, but Bryn Williams, the pass was tight. She couldn't quite avoid the net. And now Sidney's on top, 10-9. They've scored 3 in a row. (10-9) the score. Back to serve is Mosley again. Bryn Williams, Back to Palmer. Scrambling a little bit. Tapped over by Haggerty. They'll call that one a lift, too. And now we're tied at 10. That's our 6th tie of the first 20 points here in set 2. Sidney up a set. Serve is over for Sayers. Mosley, middle, Haggerty, tap. Palmer's there. Sayers going to Hagen with a kill. Ellie Hagen, her 2nd kill of the night. First one since early in that first set, and East Mills back up by 1. Mosley, Foster, Melvin left side, tapped over. Now Sayers behind her head. Good save there by J.C. Vandenberg just to get it over. Roll shot, Melvin going to go deep. And East Mills back up by 2, 12-10. Two-point advantage here for East Mills. Back to serve is Sayers again. Over and in. Good pass, going to Haggerty, missed time, got it over the block, but now East Mills going middle. Brooke Jones, that didn't get over, 4 touches. And back within 1 comes Sidney. This is maybe not as well played as that first set, as the two teams are just grinding right now. They know each other so well that it's tough. Sayers, here's Jones, wow. Big swing and a kill, Brooke Jones. She brings some heat. Brooke Jones is up to 6 kills. And it's now 13-11. East Mills with the lead. Back to serve, Ellie Hagen. Serves it up and over and in, and it's Sidney just going to send over a free ball, kind of a difficult free ball though, and it lands in. It was Jocelyn Tackett just bumped it over with a whole bunch of top spin, and it crossed him up. And it's now 13-12. East Mills clinging to the 1-point lead. Sidney back to serve it. Kiana Haggerty does the honors, over and in. Over pass, huge swing, Alyssa Melvin. And we're tied at 13. Melvin with her 3rd kill. 7 ties in the first 26 points. Only 2 away from equaling what we saw in the first set. Another good serve, good pass, Hasty. Sayers, little tight, missed time, a little too far for Loisy Palmer, and now Sidney takes the lead 14-13, 3 in a row for the Cowgirls. Back and forth with these 2-0, 3-0 runs. Sidney up by 1. Haggerty with another serve on the way, over and in. Good pass just to get that up, going right side. Jones into a block. Maher and Melvin makes it 15-13. The Sidney block was up. It's just their 2nd. And we take a break. A timeout for East Mills here in the 2nd.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
Welcome back on our KMA Extreme, KMAland.com. Derek Martin with you. Set 2, Corner Conference volleyball action. A couple of state-rated teams. East Mills coming in 1A number 6, Sidney 1A number 11, but they had a great weekend with some wins over state-rated teams, and going to be on their way up tomorrow. They'd be up even more if they can win this one as well. Up a set, up by 2, 15-13. Here's Kiana Haggerty with the serve. Over and in. Good job by Hagen to Sayers. Around to Palmer, left side. Scrambling Sidney. And just going to be over the head of Maher. A good chance here for the Wolverines. Sayers, middle. Jones, scrambles Sidney again. Same thing. Back to East Mills. Hasty, Sayers. Now Palmer left side off a block. Popped up by Melvin. Trying to get into some offense. Haggerty's just going to push it over. And Palmer out of system, tapped over Vandenberg. Scrambling Sidney again. Back again over the head of Maher. Hasty again. Sayers again. Back to Palmer. Left side for a kill. Loicy Palmer puts it away, ending a long run there. That was a lot of grinding, a lot of scrambling around, and back within 1, East Mills on Palmer's 4th kill and Sayers' 10th assist. Here's Jones. Good serve. And another ace for Brooke Jones. 15 apiece. That is the 5th ace of the night for East Mills and the 4th for Brooke Jones. 15 apiece. Tied for the 8th time in the set, and she hits it deep. Ugh, if you're East Mills, you're just thinking, man, that's tough. But you know what? Risk reward right there. That was the first service there for East Mills since 13-12 in set 1. Gives Sidney the lead back, and now here East Mills unable to return this one, and it gives Sidney a 2-point lead, 17-15. Addison Jemison serving here for Sidney. She serves up and over and in. Palmer, good pass. Sayers underneath, left side. Big block for Sidney. Maher and Tackett involved, and it's 18-15. Maher's second in this set. Tackett was involved in that first block as well, so she's got 2 blocks, and it's a 3-point lead for Sidney again. Another good serve. Palmer with a good pass. Over the head, Sayers. Right side, Vandenberg. Down the middle, dug up Jemison. Underneath Foster. Pushed by Maher. There's Jones. It's over. Past. Maher's there. And down for a kill. And they're going to call her in the net. Maher was in the net there, and East Mills gets a big break. And now they're within 2 at 18-16. Bryn Williams is served for East Mills, trying to battle right back into it. Passes beyond the service line, scrambling Sidney. They'll send over a free ball. Jones, another one that'll play off the net. Jones does get it over, and now Sidney with the attack. Maher, big swing, it's down. Myler Maher with the kill. Her 5th of the evening, and the quick setup from Addie Foster, now up to 10 assists. 19-16, Sidney back up 3. Camden Hayes serves. Jones, Williams had to save it. It was tight. Roll shot over the tape. Sidney scrambles. Left side. Mosley lands it in. Out of system swinging Mosley, who emerges again late in the set. After she did just that in the first set, she had 3 kills late in the first set. Now she has 4 total. 20-16, here's a serve. East Mills' first pass has not been great the last several swings, last several opportunities. That's out, 21-16. Sidney serving right at him, but first, a timeout. Coach Viner will talk it over. 21-16. This is 6 of the last.
Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood offers more than just the biggest and best pre-owned selection in the area. They also offer a community connection. Whether it's a high school sporting, academic, or arts event, or a Southwest Iowa fundraising effort, you'll find Barrett Auto Center trying to help. So the next time you're in the market for a vehicle, or even in the market for a vehicle service, know that when you choose Barrett Auto Center, your money goes right back to the causes you care about. That's Barrett Auto Center, Glenwood, and barrettautocenter.com.
Welcome back in. East Mills just used their second and last time out of set 2. A surge here again for Sidney late. 6 of the last 7 points. East Mills had a lead all the way up to 13-12. Since then, I mean, we can add this on too. 9 of 12 9 out of the last 12 from Sidney and up by 5. This is the biggest lead for anybody throughout the course of this entire match. A 5-point lead has generally been within 3 or closer. Here's Camden Hayes, another serve and in the net. So Coach Viner wins that timeout. This makes her think about it a little bit. Sidney had not had a service error since the first set. They have 4 total now, and it's 21-17. Loicy Palmer back to serve. Trying to make a run here for the Wolverines. Pass beyond the 10-foot, bumps at Maher, tough swinging down the middle. Jones there, Williams comes to it, tries to save it, does to Hagan, dug up by Jacobs. Now Foster and Maher tries to send it right to left, dug by Williams, out of system, Hagan. Cross court, dug up nicely by Jacobs. Now Foster across to guess who? It's Mosley again. Dug by Palmer. Now Williams, right side. This is Moracle for the kill. 21-18. Sophia Moracle gets her 3rd kill. Hanging in the balance. East Mills desperately needing that point. Now they're back within 3. Loicy Palmer to serve it again for East Mills. Over and in. Out of system. Maher swinging. Gets the kill. Mosley with the assists. 22-18. 6 kills for Maher to lead. And pull into a tie for the lead with Brooke Jones in this match. 6 kills each for those two. 22-18. And now Gabby Jacobs to serve. She serves over and in. Hasty, Williams, left side, tap, over the block. Nicely done, Ellie Hagan. 22-19. Hagan's got her 3rd kill. And East Mills back within 3. Sidney within 3 of a 2-0 lead. Hasty to serve. Into the net. That one hurts. They all hurt, right? But a little later in the set, just like that. 5th service error for East Mills, 2nd of the set, 23-19. And now Mosley will serve. She serves over and in. Hasty, tight pass. Williams saves. Free balled over. Here's Jacobs. Foster. Haggerty. Yes, sir. She slams it in. And it's 24-19. Kiana Haggerty up to 4 kills. Another quick middle, and it's 5 set points here for Sidney. 24-19. Serve Mosley. Laser. Ace! Ashley Mosley. A 25-19 set to win. Her 2nd ace of the set. 5th overall for Sidney. And they take a 2-0 lead. We are back.
Of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Ready to grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Nutrien Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrien Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future. Sidney pulls away from another one in the second set. Early on, lots of ties, back and forth. There were 7 ties up to 13, and there were no ties. Oh, there was one more tie. So 8 total ties in that set, 15 apiece, 15-15, but 10 of the next 14 won by Sidney. Ashley Mosley arriving there late in the set again with a kill, an assist out of system, and
Northwest Missouri State University, you can follow your interests and discover new ones, no matter how different they may be. Explore over 200 programs and over 150 student organizations. At Northwest, you can be a scholar, an artist, an athlete, and a leader, all at the same time. Why be just one thing when you can be every you? Learn more at start.nwmissouri.edu.
Welcome back on our KMA Extreme, KMAland.com. Set number 3 beckons. Sidney up 2 sets to none. East Mills looking for an answer. 4 sets between these two teams this year. 4 wins for Sidney. East Mills trying to find a way to get one, and then you try to get the second one, and of course then you try to get that race to 15. These two are known to do it, these two teams. Get a look at the lineups here. Camden Hayes, Gabby Jacobs in the libero jersey, Ashley Mosley, Alyssa Melvin, Kiana Haggerty, Addison Foster for Sidney. For East Mills, Venice Sayers, Ruby Hasty as the libero. Loicy Palmer out there. They're starting with J.C. Vandenberg in that first rotation here. Ellie Hagan and also Brooke Jones for East Mills. Good pass. Foster, Haggerty finds the opening. Sidney leads it 1-0. Kiana Haggerty with her 5th kill. It's kind of crazy. Sidney, when they win and when they're having success, they are always in system, and there's a large number of assists for Addison Foster. That's why she has like 2,000 some assists, and she's going to serve here. Palmer with a good pass. Bump set Sayers. Left side over to Jones. It's deep, and we're tied at, well, actually, it's 2-0. What I was saying there, Foster only has 12 assists now. So the first 50 points for Sidney, she only had 11. Generally, it's probably about 25, if not more than that. But they've grinded their way to find other points. I don't know if that got over. It did. They say it did. Foster, back set. Here's Tackett, and can't find the opening there. And it's 2-1. Kim Barents knows volleyball. One-time winner of the KMA Land All-Star Volleyball Classic. She was right there. She saw a touch. Way better position than I'm in. And an ace for Ellie Hagan. Tied at 2. Well, East Mills knows they can definitely hang in and even lead in some respects for a large portion of sets. Just got to find a way to finish it. Sidney has. Middle for Jones. Power tap down and in. Brooke Jones makes it 3-2. And Brooke has a match-high 7 kills on the night. 3-2 East Mills, 3 in a row. Good serve Hagan. Going left side, attack it. Down the middle. Hagan digs it up. Back set, push Vandenberg. Defense is there. It was Jacobs. Now Foster. Now Haggerty. Off a block and down. And we're tied at 3. Kiana Haggerty's up to 6 kills. Three to 3. And now back to serve it is Haggerty. Made a nice little run there late in that set to push Sidney to the win there in set 2. Sayers, Palmer just over the tape. Melvin digs it up. Back set, Tackett off a block. It's down. Jocelyn Tackett with her 3rd kill. Addie Foster starting to heat up with her assists. Just an average of 5.5 in the first 2 sets. Already 3 in this set. Haggerty serving at 4-3, puts it into the net. We're tied at 4. Sidney service errors, 3 in the first set, 1 in the second, and now, of course, 1 here in the third. Just 5 total. 4-4, high toss for Jones. She's been great serving. What an up right there by Jacobs to Melvin into a block. Ava Grindle all over that one, and it's 5-4. East Mills takes the lead back. Ava Grindle, 4th block for East Mills. Grindle's been involved in 3 of them. 5-4, East Mills back on top, serving Brooke Jones. Look at that laser serve. Good job to get it up. Tough swinging Maher, dug up by Jones. Now Sayers, back set, right side Vandenberg, popped up by Is Melvin. Roll shot over by Foster. Now Sayers going back to Grindle with a push and down on the ground with a tap. Grindle got a block, and then she got a kill. And she's got 5 of those. And now East Mills up 6-4. Brooke Jones trying to find her spot here. With the high toss and the top spin serve. Overpass, tap down by Vandenberg. And it's her first kill of the night. And she can thank Brooke Jones for that one with a beautiful serve. 7-4. This is 4 in a row for East Mills. Another one for Jones. And it's wide, and it stops the run. East Mills service there, number 6. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 here in the third. 7-5. Addison Jimison back to serve. She serves in. High pass Palmer. Overpass. Good save. Scrambling. They do get it over. Vandenberg got that great save. Middle. Maher off a block for a kill. Sidney right back within 1. They stay on the attack, and 7 kills for Maher. Jimison to serve it. Over and in. Pass by Hagan. Sayers goes to Grindle. She lands it in. Grindle has had a really nice set here. A block and 2 kills for Ava Grindle. Now Bryn Williams back in for her service rotation here. Sophia Moracle's out there. 8-6. Here's the serve. Up by Jacobs. Foster, right side. That was Tackett. East Mills scrambling a bit. They'll get a swing from Palmer, dug by Jimison. Foster free-balled over by Jacobs. Now Jones, a little tight. Williams trying to set up Grindle. Joust at the net. Tapped down by Tackett. And it's 8-7. East Mills had a free ball there, and the first pass was just a little tight. Camden Hayes to serve it. Over and in. Scrambling. It's down. Camden Hayes gets an ace, and we're tied at 8. 6 aces for Sidney. First one for Camden Hayes. And 8 apiece now in the third. Serve for Hayes again. Pass is pretty good to Williams. Right side. Palmer tried to power it through. It was blocked by Maher and Mosley. And it's 9-8 Sidney. Sidney with their 4th block. Maher involved in 3 of those. And now 9-8. Palmer with another one right side. Jimison overpass, tapped down by Grindle, who's having a really good set. 7. Oh, they're going to call in the net, excuse me. So it's now 10-8. Should be 10-8, right? Yes. Scoreboard says 10-9. It's 10-8. Here's the serve. Really good serve. Overpass. Sidney with it. Middle. Maher finishes it. They got it right now. 11-8. Maher with another kill. She's got a team high 8 of them. And Addie Foster, 11 assists in the first 2 sets total. 5 in this set already. Camden Hayes with another serve. Had a really good serve a moment ago. This time she puts it into the net. Second one for Sidney in this set. 11-9. Cowgirls with the lead. Also up 2-0. Loicy Palmer will serve here for East Mills. Looking for a run. Serve is over and in. Jacobs, Foster, right side, Maher. Dug up by Moracle. Now Williams to Hagan with a push. Defense was there on the tip coverage. Now Mosley, blocked back to Sidney. Mosley's going to try it again. Down the middle and another one for Ashley Mosley. She is coming up big tonight. 5 kills for her. 12-9. Sidney with the lead. Here's Gabby Jacobs to serve. Over and in. Good pass. Williams, back set. Grindle, wow, finds the opening. Ava Grindle. Looked like she was going up for a big swing there, and then the last moment just kind of tapped it to the back row and impressively kept it in. 12-10, Hasty serve. Jemison pass. Foster set, left side. Haggerty swings. Hasty digs it up. Now Williams, left side, high to Hagan. Can't get it over the net. And Sidney pushes their lead back up to 3, 13-10. This is a 9-3 run, as Sidney was down at 1.74 and now up 13-10. Mosley serve, Palmer pass underneath Williams. Jones has to back up, little mistiming, scrambling Sidney. Foster takes a swing at it. Moracle, nobody comes to the second touch, and Foster will get credit for her second kill, and it's 14-10, and East Mills taking a timeout, and they need it, and they got to make a run. See if Coach Viner.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there, sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
Back on our K-Bang Extreme, Derek Martin in Sidney tonight. 2-0 Sidney lead over East Mills, and they're up 14-10 here as well in the third set. Trying to finish things out. East Mills, a long chat over there with Coach Connie Viner. And Connie Viner trying to find a way to force a fourth set. But right now, Sidney up by 4. Williams over to Jones, mistouches it, and the lead is now 15-10. 15-10 Sidney. This is what, 11-3 run now. 11 of the last 14 from Sidney. Mosley another serve. Good pass. Williams, left side. Jones hits it deep. And now 16-10. Back-to-back hitting errors for East Mills. And trying to find a way to get out of this rotation here. It's going to be back row Palmer. Good option. Jacobs digs it up, though. Foster, here's Melvin. What a save by Hasty. Free-balled over. Good chance for Sidney. Here's Foster. It's Haggerty. Good defense, Williams. Out of system, over the head. Hasty, left side chance. Good save, Mosley. They're not going to get it over. I believe it was Hagan with the kill, and it's 16-11, which stops a 4-0 run and gets East Mills out of a rotation that just wasn't working for him there. Hagan with 4 kills now. 16-11. Here's a serve. Just got it up, did Jacobs. Roll shot, Melvin, Hasty, Sayers, Hagan again, down the middle. Jacobs puts it on Foster to Haggerty, gets it down, and it's 17-11. Seven kills for Haggerty. Addie Foster with 17 assists, back to serve it, up 17-11, moving closer to a sweep. Little mistouch for East Mills. Going to have to free ball that over. Foster has the first touch. Bumps at Jacobs to tack it. Block back to Sidney. Foster, Melvin in the net. 17-12. Serve coming up here for Ellie Hagan, over and in. Mosley gets it up. Back set for Haggerty. Had to back up a little bit. Changed it up on the East Mills defense. Roll shot, Hasty sends it over. Foster, left side. Melvin, about 8 feet off the net. Hit it just about a foot too long, and it's 17-13. So East Mills back within 4. Couple of points in a row here for the Wolverines, and Hagan to serve it again. Over and in. Mosley, Foster, behind her head. Haggerty trying to power it through a block. Second touch, Jones blocked by Haggerty. Scrambling East Mills. Girls falling all over the floor, nearly landed down. Mosley set up Haggerty from Foster again, and she ran into the net. No. It was East Mills in the net, and it's now 18-13. And a 5-point lead again for East Mills. If that is on Sidney, it's down to 3 suddenly, but instead up to a 5-point lead, and Sidney is 7 points away. Serve Haggerty. Palmer. Sayers back to Palmer. Left side swing. Gets it down. It hasn't been easy for Loisy Palmer to find any openings in that Sidney defense tonight. And it's kill number 5 for LP. Then Sayers gets the assist, her 14th. Here's Foster over her head. Right side, Melvin asking for a touch. No touch, it's deep. And now East Mills gets within 3 again, 18-15. Brooke Jones doing the honors serving. He's had really tough serve to return here all night. Good pass though, Jacobs. Foster, Maher, scrambling East Mills. Hagan gets it up. What a hustle. Free ball over. Mosley. Now Foster, middle. Maher blocked. Sidney scrambling. Mosley, Melvin sends it over. Free ball chance. Sayers left side. Here's Palmer backing up and deep. 19-15. We're in the middle of August, or excuse me, not August, September. And we got girls acting like it's the middle of October, and that's how serious this volleyball is between these two clubs. Two state-rated teams flying all over the floor. Good chance, or good swing by Grindle. Jacobs gets it up, though. Foster, Mosley, might have been out. They transition left side to Palmer, and she gets the kill. 19-16, not going away. 6 kills for Palmer, 15 assists for Sayers. Williams back in to serve for East Mills. And Sidney trying to finish things out. Good serve, good up, back set. Maher hits it wide. East Mills with some life here, 19-17. 7 of the last 10. Heck, 6 of the last 8 here for East Mills. Serve for Williams, good serve. Jacobs gets her hands on it. Mosley with a chance, it's blocked. Ava Grindle was there. And it's 19-18. East Mills block number 5. Ava Grindle has been involved in 4 of those. 19-18 the score.
Pharmacy is dedicated to providing you and your family quality medications, medical equipment, outstanding service, and individualized customer care. Rogers Pharmacy has a large selection of durable medical products, from walkers, hospital beds, electric scooters, crutches and braces, to lift chairs, diabetic supplies, and everything related to respiratory conditions. And they offer delivery of your medical equipment in a 50-mile radius of their Missouri locations, including service to parts of Iowa and Nebraska. Rogers Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joe, and Stanberry.
Welcome back in our KMA Extreme. 19-18 the score. East Mills on a 7-2 run within 1. Bryn Williams serving after a big Ava Grindle block, her 4th of the night. And serve deep. Oh. And it's 20-18. (20-18) the score after the East Mills service there. Out of the timeout. That's why you take that timeout. 7 service errors for the Wolverines. Missed touch on the first. Grindle is going to send a free ball over. Sidney with it. Hayes. Foster taps it down. And it's 21-18. Addie Foster finds the perfect time. I don't think she's done that the entire night. Maybe one setter dump attempt that time. A tip. 21-18, served by Hayes. It's an ace for Camden Hayes. The 7th ace of the night for Sidney. Camden Hayes with her 2nd of this set. Timeout.
This is Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
Welcome back on our KMA Extreme, KMAland.com. It is 22-18, a 3-0 run here for Sidney, and they're on the brink of a sweep here. Hayes with another serve, and an ace again for Camden Hayes. Makes it 23-18. She has 3 aces in this set, 8 total on the night for Sidney, and 2 points away. They're going to change out. They're going to get Ruby Hasty in. Into the back row there is East Mills. Another good serve. Good up right there by Grindle. Going to Palmer right side. Huge swing. Right back to East Mills. Grindle, Williams, Grindle again. And a scramble. Good job by Jimison to get it up. Left side Mosley into the net. (23-19). Serve coming here for Loicy Palmer. She serves it over and in. Good pass, Jimison. Over the head, Maher. Goes right to left. Palmer digs it up. Williams back to Hagan over the tip. Dug up by Hayes. Now left side, Mosley. It's late in the set. Why not go to Ashley Mosley? This time, though, East Mills. Blocked at the net. East Mills scrambling. Williams sends it over. Tight for for Foster from Jacobs. Now right side, Moracle off a touch and down. Moracle keeping the hope alive with her 4th kill. 10th assist for Williams, 23-20. Serve for Palmer. Foster, Mosley, power push, and in for a kill, and it's 24-20. Mosley gets her 6th kill, and of course it's late in the set, which she has done all night. 4 match points coming up. Gabby Jacobs serves over and in. Good pass. Bryn Williams back to Hagan, who had the first touch. Dug by Jacobs. Foster. Haggerty for the win. Blocked at the net by Grindle. Back to Sidney. Foster bump set. It's going to be a bump free ball over by Hayes. Palmer a little tight for Williams, who has to tap over, and she was a back row player. A back row attack, and it's a win for Sidney. 25-22, 25-19, 25-20. We wrap it.
Hello, I'm Amanda Mather, Director of the SNC Community Pharmacy. We want to make it easy for you to get your essential medications. In one visit, our patients can see their provider, have prescription medications in hand, and speak with a pharmacist all before walking out the door. From the comfort of your own home with our free delivery services to your vehicle with curbside pickup, we can help. To learn more about our hours or other services, simply visit www.smchospital.com or call us at 712-246-7100.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood offers more than just the biggest and best pre-owned selection in the area. They also offer a community connection. Whether it's a high school sporting, academic, or arts event, or a Southwest Iowa fundraising effort, you'll find Barrett Auto Center trying to help. So the next time you're in the market for a vehicle, or even in the market for a vehicle service, Know that when you choose Barrett Auto Center, your money goes right back to the causes you care about. That's Barrett Auto Center, Glenwood, and BarrettAutoCenter.com.
Health of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Welcome back to Sidney, USA. Derek Martin here with you as the Sidney Cowgirls get a sweep of East Mills, moving to 8-3 overall. They've won 7 in a row, now 3-0 in the Corner Conference. East Mills drops to 13-3. 2 of those losses to Sidney, now 3-1 in the league. It's a 25-22, 25-19, 25-20 sweep. The first set lived up to all the hype. 9 ties, all the way up to 17 apiece, but 8 of the final 13 scored by Sidney. They got some big swings from Ashley Mosley late, kills on points 21, 22, and 23. In set 2, more ties early, and then Sidney finishes out again. 7 ties, make it 8 ties. 8 ties up to 15 apiece, and then eventually Mosley's there again. She has an ace there late. She had an assist there late. She also had a kill on point 20. Just kind of waiting and biding her time until the end. Not a lot of ties in set 3. It was tied at 2, 3, 4. It was tied at 8. That's 4 ties, and then that was it because Sidney started to pull away a little bit. They led 17-11. East Mills takes a timeout. They get as close as 20-18, actually 19-18, but then 3 in a row, make it 4 in a row from Sidney, a couple on aces from Camden Hayes, and then eventually finish things out with a 25-20 third set victory. Some of the stats: Ashley Mosley, 6 kills. Addie Foster, 18 assists. Camden Hayes, 3 aces. Myler Maher, 3 blocks, 8 kills. Kiana Haggerty, 7 kills. For East Mills, Ava Grendel, 4 blocks, 6 kills. Brooke Jones, 7 kills. 15 assists for Venna Sayers, 10 assists for Bryn Williams. Also, Loicy Palmer had 6 kills for East Mills as well. That'll wrap things up here from Sidney, where the Cowgirls get the 22-19-20 sweep. We'll have a full recap later at KMAland.com. Thanks for listening tonight on our KMA Extreme. From KMAland.com and for KMA Sports, I'm Derek Martin.